Alright, welcome back to Forgotten Dailies. This is going to be a few step process on this video. If you remember, go back to some of my older videos, you'll see that we drug this 85 Daytona out of a barn where it's sat since 2002, I believe it says. Yeah, 2002. It was dirty, filthy. It's a shame because the car, actually, believe it or not, is almost rust free. As you can see, the floors now, you get up there in the upper wheel wells on each side, there is some smaller compared to what I've seen in the past sections, but the floors, even over by the parking brake cable, is actually really clean. It's very unusual. Normally these cars are completely rotted out on the bottom. It's dirty. It's got some scaling, but there's no holes. So the plan so far, we've already cut the passenger side rocker panel out. That's going to go to save a 86 Turbo Z. The passenger floor on this is probably going to go in my LeBaron, and then the remainder I'm not sure. I hate to scrap, just give up good floors, because you know, if you know anything about these at all, these are impossible to find almost. So with that said, I've got a cut on the back here, about halfway, and then I'm right there about halfway, or a little over halfway on the driver's side. Right now I'm working on getting the brake bracket, pedal bracket and stuff out of there so I can continue my cut on across. I might go down and around the steering shaft and the gas pedal, just because to get those out is more steps, and I'm really tired of working on this car. This car's been here since June. This is probably one of the longest part outs that I've had, just because time and, you know, medical issues and whatnot. But it is finally on its last few steps. I get these floors cut out, remove the rear hubs, debating on removing the front springs and possibly the steering knuckles. Haven't decided on that yet, but this one is getting close. The plan was to actually have it done by today, and I was going to haul it today, but somebody come over last night and we spent several hours, you know, talking, so that was cool. I don't mind that. Gives a nice little break from all the stuff that we got going on here. But we're going to finish this one up. Do have a gentleman, the guy that wants the rocker on that side, he wants a section of this quarter panel, I believe. I got to review the eBay messages to verify. Probably not going to keep the rear bumper cover. It's just one of those things. Yeah, I'd probably sell eventually, but I'm running out of room. Big stuff is getting harder and harder to store, just because of lack of space. Winter's coming too, so I'm trying to get stuff done, get this stuff cleaned up and done before, you know, the snow starts flying. This pile of garbage here is going to go either in this Daytona in the back half, or I'll make something for the front, whatever, or it's going to go in this truck here. This truck, haven't done a video on it. I'm not going to do a video on it because who cares? It's just a Chevy pickup, nothing special. But it came in, it was cheap, and it was extremely close, literally 50 yards from my house, so we didn't have to travel for it. That's good. Sold the driver's fender, the rest of it, yeah, it is what it is. But I got some junk doors. This pile of junk is going to go in with this junk that's already in this truck, so I'll have all this cleaned up in the next couple of days. At least that's the plan, as long as the weather cooperates. It's not supposed to rain here until Friday. It's supposed to be nice. I think it's like 72 degrees here right now, which is amazing for late October. I will take it, and I will take the opportunity to get this car done and out of my sight. I'm sick of looking at it. So I'm going to do another continuation of this video once I get the floors cut out, so you can see what it looks like without no floors. So let me get busy and get this done. Good morning. Today is October 28th, 2023. Last day for this car to be on the trailer. I'm officially done with it. I spent days and hours trying to get the floors out by drilling out the spot welds. Never done it before, learned a lot. Found out that is a real pain in the butt. But we succeeded on the passenger side. Drilled out all the spot welds. The driver's side I gave up and cut around the frame rail. I know it's not perfect. I know that's not ideal, but it is what it is. I was done. So this was several hours worth of work just to get the passenger side. And honestly, I just ran out of time. I've got to get this car gone, this white pickup gone, and then I got another car, the Plymouth Duster, in the garage. I got to get it started, and we're in Ohio, and they're calling for some snow and colder temperatures coming here in the next, I don't know, whenever, soon enough for me. So I want to get as much of this done as I can. So unfortunately, I got what I could get. So with that said, if you've never done that before, somebody told me it is not for the faint of heart, and he was correct. So it is definitely a lot of work. I had a gentleman that needed a part of the wheel opening molding. I cut that out this morning real quick. That was fairly easy, actually. Took me about 10 minutes. This car has been here since June. This is the one that took us 2.5 hours to get out of the building. It had been sitting since 2002. It was kind of a shame on the car because, to be honest with you, it was almost rust-free. There was a little bit of rust in the upper, really high up on the upper wheel wells. It's hard to see now with everything cut out, but right about the top of the, right up in here was where it had some rust, and that was it. I have found no other rust. But I offered the car for sale as whole on a few of the groups. Not one person showed any interest at all, so here we are. This is the way it happens to them once they sit here for a long time. So the hood's damaged, this fender's damaged, this door, I don't keep doors. They're hard sales. They're bulky, they're big, they're hard to move, and I don't know if I've actually sold a door. I did keep the driver's door. I like the sticker, the call out graphic on the side. It's sitting here. Plan with that is to gut it completely and make it a wall hanger. So we're gonna try something different. Never done nothing like that before, but I can't imagine it being too difficult once you take all the guts out of the inside, the glass, the window regulators, cut the framework out of it. Should be fairly light. This was a sunroof car. I did keep the sunroof and the sunroof seal. Everything else is listed on the eBay store. I got one tote left to go through and clean and put on, but the majority of the stuff is already on here. So go look for that if you need parts from one of these cars. Otherwise, next stop will be the scrapyard, where they're going to take the front end loader and pick it off the trailer and set it in their crush pile. So we'll do a video of that here in a little bit. Alright, so the video that you just watched, I apologize in advance, or now, for the repeating of the rust that the car had in the work that we did to it. I couldn't remember what all I had said in the original video, so I did this video before I left to haul it to the scrapyard. That was a Saturday morning. When I got there, they were closed. So I ended up bringing the car back home, and it sat for another 2 days until Monday after work. I was able to haul it to another scrapyard, and it is now gone. So since it was brought back home, I went ahead and decided to go ahead and pull the rear hubs. And then I looked at the rear axle and I decided to pull it. The rear axles are known on these cars that the spring perches, that's like a pocket, the rear springs, and through the years, rust or salt and grime and junk gets up in the pocket and it just lays there. So then it causes rust. And I've actually bought some of these cars before where the spring fell through that perch because the perch rusted away enough to cause the spring to drop. So with that said, I have a very nice, very clean rear axle assembly from this car. It'll go on the eBay store eventually. If you haven't checked us out on eBay, I would definitely greatly appreciate that. We have currently 1,400 plus listings. We sell every day. We sell around the world. So eBay has a cool thing where if it's an international shipment, we ship it to a place in Illinois and then they handle it from there. How they do it, I have no idea. Not everything we have is car related. We do have some Hot Wheels and whatnot, miscellaneous stuff, but then probably 90% of it is car related, and 90% of that 90% is Shelby Dodge, Turbo Dodge, front wheel drive Mopar stuff. We do get occasionally one in, like that white Chevy truck you saw. There might be a few things from something like that, but that's very minimum. We do have a trip planned here in about a week and a half, actually just over a week, to pick up another car. I'm going to do a video on that. It's a long drive. It's going to be an all-day journey, but I'm hoping that it's worth the while. I try to save as many of these cars as I can, parts cars at least. This way, as many parts can get saved instead of them just going straight to the crusher and being shredded and sent over who knows where. So with that being said, I appreciate you watching the videos. I know I blab a lot. I know I say a lot. I'm sorry, I'm not a camera person. I'm not an actor. I am who you see. So with that said, all comments are welcome. Good, bad, it's fine. Criticism is good. You never learn if people don't criticize or, say, hey, this is wrong. Whatever. I'm cool with that. That's the only way we learn. I try to learn all the time, and I'm always learning, especially when it comes to these cars and definitely when it comes to making these videos. So please feel free to comment. Let me know what you think. Like, follow, subscribe, and we'll get you on the next one. You have a great day.